Mary, how music in your family? Has music always been in your family?
Yeah, well, my family are very, very musical, and particularly from my mother's side, you know. And I suppose I grew up with music in my life always, you know, since I was a little girl. And we never had a party at home, or a few people come in, even just call in, but it ended up in a big music session, you know, and we didn't go to bed until 5 or 6 in the morning. We still don't. But I grew up loving music and surrounded by music. My brothers, every one of them, they all sing. But when I was a little girl, I inherited an accordion, and that actually started me off in the music, and I kind of progressed on to local concerts and shows, and one way or another I've always been on stage, and my ambition was always to become famous. But when I reached my teenage years, then I was invited by a lot of bands, well, I won't say a lot, but a number of bands invited me to front the band as a female vocalist. But you know, when I was young, like, you know, the dance scene was very popular.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of bands out there. But unfortunately, I say unfortunately because I regretted it in later life, I never took up on the offers. I suppose partly because I was going to school, and I was an only girl as well. I had 4 brothers, and my parents were a little bit protective of me, you know. I was a male-dominated profession, so they were a little bit afraid to let me off. But like, at the same time, I suppose there's a reason for everything, but I never ever stayed off the stage. All the way up along, I've been involved in drama or singing in one way or another. And when about 8 years ago then, I set up a one-woman band, and I was probably the only one-woman band in the country. But it took off. I really just set it up for the love of it, for the love of music. It wasn't really for financial gain or anything, like, it was just sheer love, you know. And but mind you, it took off very well, and within a very short while I had a good fan base in Munster, and that progressed on for, you know, 6 or 7 years, and eventually then Derek and Dervla, you know, they were taking huge interest in the music. When they were born, then when Derek was about 3 months old, like, you know, you put him in front of music and he was kicking his legs, you know. And I knew, like, from a very, very age that both of them had inherited the musical scene, you know. So, but when Dervla was 2, like, she could sing perfectly in tune.
Right.
Yeah, so, you know, her first song was Daisy Daisy and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and all that kind of thing. But the both of them, Derek then used to stand in front of a mirror or stand in front of the television screen, and he could watch his reflection, and he would dance with his legs off, you know. So I always knew he would be a little dancer.
So this was kind of inevitable. And we did hear from Michael there. Michael, your husband, likes to stay out of the limelight, obviously. How is he dealing with all this?
Well, Mike, like, you know, my husband, he looks after the sound for us now, you know, and he does a very good job in it, I must say. And like, he even though he's not directly involved, he is very involved, you know, and it's kind of a four of us, like, we make decisions together and everything. And he's fantastic, you know. He's probably the support behind us, and, you know, if anything goes wrong, he gets the blame always, you know. You know? So, but I must say he's tremendous, and he's fantastic husband, fantastic father, and without him we really wouldn't manage, you know. But so it's a team effort with the 4 of us, like, very much a family thing.
And is this a family business now?
Well, my husband still has a day job, like, you know, because obviously Derek and Dervla are going to school, and we don't really do much in the middle of the week, you know, out playing and that. But we're always singing at the weekends, you know, in one way or another. So, you know, it has become a family business in a sense, like, but, you know, we've been doing it really for the love of it, more or less, up to now, you know. But
when Crystal Swing started, what were your expectations? What did you think, you know, you'd maybe gig around Munster a bit, maybe a bit outside of that? Was it on that level, or did you know?
Well, you know, 2.5 years ago, Derek and Dervla came on board, like, officially with me, and we launched our first album, and that was quite successful. But in that 2.5 years, they have grown immensely, and they in August, going back to last August, Derek decided that when he would finish his leaving cert, that he would take a year out from school, and Dervla was going to do the very same thing when she finished next year. And in that year, they decided that they would maybe try and get known and get a bit of, you know, promotion for themselves. And so Derek was first to be, you know, kind of be out on the road there in June, and we decided we better start a little promotional campaign to get him known. You know? So we launched our second album, which was called The Best Years of Our Lives, amazingly enough. And then we set up a new website, and that was brilliant in getting people to know us as well. We're trying to promote that as well. And our next step then was to go on Channel 279, a program called Hot Country, Rural TV, and Hugh O'Brien there is the producer, and Hugh, I must say, has been a tremendous support to us there for the past few weeks especially, because he's been doing a great PR job for us as well. So well done, Hugh. I think he's listening in. But well, that combined with our website, there helped to get the name of that. But we put the video up on Hot Country, and I must say instantly we got a reaction to it. We could instantly see through the website a load of visitors coming on and checking it out, and then we said, that's great, now at least people are beginning to know Crystal Swing is actually there, because we had plans for the year ahead to travel up the country and also to travel into the UK. We have some dates secured, but the problem was that a lot of people hadn't heard of us outside of Munster. So that's grand. All of a sudden then we realised that something was happening, because all of a sudden there was thousands of visitors coming onto our website, and our first reaction was kind of concern, what's happening here, and then we realised Sean Moncrieff has us up on his website, and that's
lots of other people as well were doing it.
Other people as well, that's right. And I want to acknowledge all the people who did put us up there on their websites, and there are many people out there who were plugging us away while we didn't even realise this was happening. So then it was actually at that stage that we realised that something huge was happening, and we realised that our video up there on YouTube and many other sites was getting thousands upon. Yeah.
Dervla, you're still going to school.
Yes, I'm still going to school.
You're in 5th year now.
I'm in 5th year, so...
Are you the most famous person in your class?
Well, I suppose, in a way, I am. And it's great, the support from everyone in my school has been tremendous. I've got great friends out there, and everybody is 100% behind me, and all my teachers, and everybody's fantastic, and when I go to school, you find, you might know everybody, but I find, everybody know you, and they'd be running up to you.
Are you finding a bit of that now when you when you go into school? There's a little bit of, you see heads turning, or people going, that's you.
Definitely, yeah. You'd be walking down the corridor and you'd hear, she's going to be on the late show on Friday, and it's great, it's a great feeling as well, because it brings up your confidence as well.
Yeah.
When you have support behind you, and it's fantastic, I must say now.
And had you considered any other kind of occupation after the Leaving Cert, after school?
Well, my first preference is obviously the music, because we have such a love for it that it wouldn't even seem like a job really, because of our love for it, but I don't know exactly, let's say if the music didn't work out, what I want to do, but definitely something that's out in the public eye, definitely, because I love talking to people and mixing with people, and the music, it's always going to be there. So no matter what happens, if I do have some sort of a job, there's always going to be music in my life.
I think you can get a bit of wear out of it, yeah. Derek, what's with the legs?
The legs, everybody asks me about the legs, and I suppose I started doing the Hucklebuck before I even seen it, I suppose you don't see anybody doing it. I only seen one other man to do it, and he was called Joe Boots Clark, he was, and he was at the freshman show events.
Oh yeah.
And I seen him afterwards, and he was the only man I've ever seen to do the leg movements in and out, and he could walk. Like, a lot of people can do it in and out, that you can put it in and out, but the walking is what catches everybody while doing it with the while walking. And I suppose, I became known for my Hucklebuck legs, and if I go to a party, or if I go, anywhere, I'm put up on a table, or put up on top of a bar counter, and I made sing the Hucklebuck, and you'd have the whole lot of your friends there at a party, could be an 18 or something, and everybody knows the Hucklebuck. That's what I'm known for, and I suppose, Brendan Boyer has been just so good to us, and he's fully behind me in the show band music and everything, and it's just been phenomenal,
Hasn't it just, hasn't it? We do have to take a commercial break.
No problem.
We will chat more with Crystal Swing after this.